Happy New Year, everyone.
Yay.
We hope everyone had a great holiday, and it's been a super busy year for us, and we're going to cover some of that tonight.
Yes.
We went down a rabbit hole selling arts and craft at in-person markets and arts and craft shows this year. That was super exciting.
Yes.
We also have some goals for Teal Fish Studio in the new year. Hopefully we can stick to them.
Fingers crossed.
And we're dusting off the old Discord.
Roll that intro. Okay.
Yeah.
We did it.
We did a intro down. All right. So first off, we're going to start by talking about our in-person events. That was a crazy time.
Yeah.
So at the end of 2023, we booked and sold at our first in-person art market. This led to a sharp refocus of the business. We started creating more art, design, and products that had a focus on nature and conservation, which is the core passion of ours. Our original thought was to try to attend a couple of shows for the year, but before we knew it, we were up to 13, which was a lot.
Yeah.
Some of the arts and craft shows and artisan markets were better than others, but overall it was a great learning experience being part of all of those. And for someone new to the space, experience is definitely very helpful.
Yeah. Experience.
Yeah. So, shall we debrief?
Yeah. It was insane. It was really fun though.
Yes.
I loved it, and we are going to continue to do it this year. I've already started trying to book some shows. I put in an application for one. I hope that we hear back on that one soon.
I'm sure we will.
So, I'm very excited. I like doing the shows a lot. I feel like once we started doing the shows, it's like everything clicked.
Also, that's all we ended up doing.
Yeah. Yeah.
All of our time was just spent making products and different crafts, and also putting the listings in the website and all that stuff. So
It was crazy.
it got very busy very fast.
So we were going to go through some memorable moments that we had. How do you want to do this? Just like read them off or what?
I mean, it's just ones that we can discuss. I mean, they're just kind of bullet points. That's all.
Okay. Well,
So one of the ones that we did like, it was actually at a dog park. So that was kind of cool. We got to see like a bunch of dogs like run around and play all day.
yeah.
They had some up for adoption too, and it ended up being a really nice day weather-wise too.
Except for the wind. That was the first experience we had with the wind, I think.
Yeah, it was a little windy. Our neighbor's tent almost flew away.
Yeah. The person across from us, their tent was like falling on them.
Yeah, their tent was like collapsing inwards. The other one was going up. It's like
Some of our stickers and our bookmarks and stuff flew away.
yeah,
We had to run after that.
yeah, other people there were retrieving them for us.
But it was really fun. I liked seeing all the doggos.
Yeah, that was very fun.
I liked the atmosphere of that one. That was really fun.
They also had really good food there too.
Mm-hmm.
They had a Lloyd's food.
Taco.
Yeah, it's like street tacos.
Delicious.
Yeah,
Very delicious.
so good.
Oh, I kind of skipped, didn't I?
Yeah. We'll just go through the memorable things first, then we'll
Backtrack.
go back.
I don't know. I don't know how to do this.
Okay. Well, we did one of the events we did at a local school, and we didn't know that when you booked 2 spaces, it came with basically 2 6-foot tables. So altogether, we had 4 6-foot tables,
Yeah.
and we were like, "Oh, this is a lot bigger of a space than we thought." And we're like, "Are we actually gonna be able to fill this area, or is it gonna look like super empty?"
We definitely filled the area.
We filled the area without a problem.
I think once we started doing the shows and everything, we just kept making more and more and more, and we ended up with so many products that our tables that we had were getting really cramped. We were doing a lot of outdoor shows, so we were using like our tent, and we had like the setup in there. So then when the season kind of switched over to the indoor events, the one table was not cutting it anymore. So that's why I wanted a second space, because I thought we were only going to have one table. And I was like, there's no way we can fit everything on one table. And then it ended up being 4. But it's fine because we had plenty of things to fill it with.
Yeah, it just took us a long time to set it up.
Yeah, and break it down.
Yeah, it was a lot of stuff to bring. Filling, what is it? It's basically 24 feet of products.
Yeah.
And art.
I think at this point we can probably open up our own store.
Yeah, if we had a brick and mortar, we could probably fill it.
Yeah.
Without a problem.
Yeah, definitely. But we have to be a little bit more mindful because we're running out of space. We're running out of room to store everything that we're making. Yeah. But it was really fun, and it just like, it felt really good to have that many tables, and it just, I was super happy with how it came together. It looked really professional, and we've gotten so many compliments on how our setups look and everything. Mm-hmm. So it's just, I like it. It's fun. I like it so much.
Yeah. I see a comment from M on YouTube. Are you both artists? Yes, we are both artists.
We're a creative couple.
Yeah. We do a little bit of everything, so.
Yeah. We, when we met, like, we were both kind of doing our own thing. So then when we got together, we started doing art together. And then we're like, why are we doing our own thing? Let's just combine it. And then
that's where this came from.
That's where all of this came from.
Tealfish Studio.
Tealfish Studio. It's so fun though. I love it.
Yeah, we do art, crafts, we do photography, we do music, graphic design, multimedia design. We do a lot.
Literally everything. Music.
Yeah. I think I said that, didn't I?
I don't know.
Oh, well,
I lost track. I lost track.
You weren't listening to me?
I listened, but it all blends together.
It does. It
does. What else? Oh, the rained out story. So do you want to take the lead on this one? Because I was like not paying attention, and I wasn't there for some of it.
Yeah, so we were at this one. It started off as a really nice day. It was pretty hot, and there was like a little bit of leftover rain from like the night previous, and we were setting up our tent, and things were going well. We were a couple hours in, and then Rose is like, I'm gonna go get some food, because there's not really any food vendors at this one. So she's like, I'm just gonna go run and get some fast food. And so she leaves and she goes, and I kid you not, like within 5 minutes of her leaving, the event coordinators like come over and they're like, everyone can pack down. Like there's a huge thunderstorm rolling in. It's going to be here like really soon. So like you guys can just pack down and leave early. I'm like, okay. So then I pick up the phone. I just
spit everywhere.
So I pick up the phone and I like call Rose, and she doesn't answer. And I call her again and she doesn't answer.
Well, to be fair, I was on a food run, and I was also getting food for the vendor next to us because everybody was really hungry. There was supposed to be food there. So I offered to go get her food too. So I was going and picking up food, and I didn't see that. I'm a safe driver. I don't watch my phone when I'm driving. And then I pull into the parking lot when I get back, and I look at my phone, and there's like 27 missed calls or missed messages. And I was like, what is going on?
Yeah, I was trying to call you because I was like, I need help putting all this stuff away. I'm just there by myself. I'm like just throwing everything in like wherever I could get it to go in all these bins. I was like, I got pretty far, but yeah, we didn't quite make it. We got a little bit of rain on.
Yeah,
rained on.
It wasn't too bad.
But it was definitely before
It was chaotic when I came back, though. I was like, oh my God, what's happening?
Yeah, everyone was just like a mad dash to get out of there.
I didn't realize it was like dangerous to have tents up during a thunderstorm.
Well, I mean, the frame is made out of metal, and metal and lightning
don't
really mix. So, yeah, it's not a great thing.
Yeah.
But luckily, everyone got out of there safely, and no one was in any danger, so that's good.
Yeah.
Thanks for the help.
I got there as soon as I can. I didn't know what was going on.
She's
I
oblivious.
like being out in the rain. I think it's fun.
Rain is fine, but when it's thunder and lightning, no.
Yeah. Also, like, didn't want all of our stuff to get damaged, but
Yeah.
I think we were fine though. Not too bad.
No.
That was fun.
Mm-hmm.
One of the other events we did, so the girl that we met, the other thing that's really nice is starting to do these events. You meet a lot of other vendors and a lot of other like local artists in the area, which is really nice. So like we get to make other like art friends because we don't have a lot of friends that are like into the same stuff that we are. So it's really nice. And she was telling us about a different show that she does regularly, and she's like, I recommend doing it. So we ended up doing that show, and she was our neighbor, I think, at that one too. And then we met another person there, and we kind of did a collab with them almost. So somebody had bought I made like some macrame jellyfish, and somebody bought the jellyfish.
Oh, I was gonna see if they were out.
No, I think those are packed away. Brandon's been doing like felted wool art, but there was another vendor there that also does felted wool art, and somebody had bought one of our jellyfish and then asked her to put eyes on it and stuff, and like we ended up kind of doing like a little collab with her, and then she did like a social media post with like the two of us and stuff, and it was really cool. I was like, oh, I'd love to do more stuff like that. So
yeah, it was really fun.
I enjoyed, and it was like really like creepy eyes on it. So it was like really fun, like a really like fun like little thing to do. So I liked that. I was like, oh, that's so cool. Just out of nowhere.
I think that's the fun thing. It just kind of wasn't planned or anything. It just happened in the moment.
Yeah, loved that. You want to talk about your photo?
Oh yeah. So, in another one of the events, somebody came by and bought like one of our eclipse photos. So back in, what was it?
April,
or was it April? Or
yeah, okay. I think it was April 8th.
Okay. So yeah, back in April we had
could be wrong, but
or back in sometime in 2024 we had a full solar eclipse. And we were able to get some really nice shots of it, and somebody ended up picking one up, and they bought it, and then they left. Then they came back, and then they asked me to sign it. I was like, what? I was like, that's so cool. This is the first photo I ever signed for someone. Hopefully my signature wasn't too messy. I have really bad handwriting, but
I think that's
that's just what it is to be an artist.
Artist signatures.
But some people's signatures are so pristine, and they're like, they look the same every time they do it. Mine's like literally different every time. And I'm like, well, what are you gonna do?
I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, it was really awesome.
Very nice. Yeah, I don't know. We just had a lot of like memorable events, and it's just a whole nother level when people see your work in person, and then you get like real-time feedback from people about your stuff, or even just kind of overhearing people's conversations is really nice. Like we did like a repeat of the first show that we had done, and one of the people that came in was like, oh, I bought something from them last year and I gifted it to my mom and she really loved it and stuff. And just like hearing
so cool.
those little stories or getting like repeat customers and stuff, like it just means like so much to me. I'm like, that's so cool. That's like awesome that our art is living in somebody's space, you know?
Yeah, that's really cool.
So yeah, fun stuff.
Yeah, lots of fun, memorable moments.
Yes. I love it.
Yeah.
I found my calling. It's just fun because this is what I originally wanted to do. Like when I was going to school for art, I just wanted to be a painter. And they're like, well, what are your goals? And I'm like, I just want to paint.
Well, now you can.
I just want to sell my paintings like on the street corner or whatever. And they're like, you can't make a living off of that.
Well, You're like, hold my beer, watch me.
I've come full circle. Well, that's why I started graphic design, because my advisor was like, you can't just do that. And he's like, do you want to teach? And I was like, absolutely not. And then he's like, well, I think you should do graphic design. And I was like, all right. That's the only reason I got into graphic design, was because I was told to.
Well,
I love it. I mean, I love what I do, but
I mean, there's nothing wrong with a little bit of graphic design.
No.
It comes in handy a lot of times.
yeah,
Yeah.
very much so. But yeah, it's just been quite a journey. We took a completely like left turn this year, and like everything just went to these artisan shows.
Yeah. I think that's just something that we've had a habit of doing, is we just pick up something and then we just go really hard into that one thing.
Yeah.
And this year we're going to try to balance that a little bit better.
Yeah, that's the goal.
That's the goal.
Now that we've kind
I
of...
think maybe we've gotten ahead of ourselves, but either way.
Okay, well, we'll get back to
We'll
that.
get more into that later.
You want to go over things we've learned?
Yes. So, kind of piggybacking off of the one little story about the tent almost taking off, it's very important to weigh down the tent.
Yeah.
So, we have some new weights coming soon, but previously we just basically filled a bag with literal weights. So, and that did the job for the season, but this time we're going to get something that looks a little bit cleaner and just put, I guess, maybe like pea gravel or sand or something like that in it. And then should be okay. I think it's 35 pounds
for each leg of the tent. Yeah. I didn't think it was like that big of a deal until we saw like the one person's tent like fly away. I was like, oh, I guess we really do need that.
I kept saying like it's very important. Like I kept reading everywhere, like online, like the most important part is to weigh down your tent. And I kept like saying this to Rosemary, and she's like, no, it's
I was
fine.
like, I don't think it's that big of a deal. You're making too big of a deal out of this. And then I saw the ladies like
and I'm like, this is
away.
why we're this is
like,
why.
He's right.
Yeah. Literally, they had people over there like pulling the tent back down so it wouldn't take off, and then they had to get like a bucket of like probably concrete or something they had or something.
It's crazy.
Yeah, but luckily our tent is still in one piece. Knock on wood.
I like to learn things the hard way.
Yes, you do. And I try to like think of all the things that could happen. I like to be like really prepared, and then she thinks I overthink everything. So
well, you do.
I do, but sometimes it comes in handy.
Sometimes, yes. Sometimes it comes in handy.
Sometimes.
What else? Our displays. So we've gone through a lot of different variations for our displays. We knew we wanted it to look really like professional, and we wanted it to be on theme. I think that's the nice thing with being a designer, is like you look at things a certain way for your products and stuff. So we would look at like other people's setups and things, and we were trying to do it cost effectively.
Yeah.
So we were trying to figure out like what we could use in a different way, like kitchen products and stuff like that and whatever. But yeah, I feel like our setup came a long way, and we've gotten a lot of compliments on what our setup looks like now.
Yeah. At one of the last events that we did, someone said like our table was kind of the king of the whole layout of all of the people there. So
yeah, the lady was super nice, and she's like, your display itself is an art piece. And I'm like, thank you so much. I mean, we did resin our little shelves.
Yeah. We got to finish that though too.
Yeah.
That's a spring project.
So right now, like, we have crates that we painted in like our signature colors and stuff like that we've been using. And we wanted everything to kind of be nature themed. So we took planks of wood like that have the raw edge on it. And then we were using that, and then it was making a huge mess. And we're like, well, okay, we have to seal these somehow. And then we're like, okay, we got to like, we covered them in resin, but we need to do some more coats on it. But they worked for the rest of the season.
Oh, yeah. There's a little piece that fell off the other day. I got it in the back area, but
We'll put it back together.
We'll glue it back on, and then we'll resin a lot. We'll do a lot of resin.
A lot more resin.
Yeah. I mean, for one layer, it's held up really good.
Yeah.
I think with another layer or two, like, it's going to be indestructible.
Yeah.
Like, resin's pretty tough.
It just, like, pulls everything together really nicely.
Yeah.
So I was really happy with that. It's
Yeah.
just nice to, like, we've gotten so many compliments on just how our setup looks.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, that makes me feel so good because we worked hard on it.
Yeah, and it's just going to keep evolving and hopefully getting better the more shows we do, too.
Yeah. I think I like how it looks. I think the big thing I want to work on is how quickly we can set up and break down because it takes us a long time.
Yeah. We struggled at some of the events because some of them don't give you a lot of time. And we need at least, I would say, 2 hours to set up. And if we don't have that, then we're just like...
We're still setting up while people are shopping.
Yeah, and that's not good.
That's not good. It's not a good look.
We need to figure out either a more simplified setup for when there's not a lot of time, or rework how we just do things all together.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We'll see. We'll figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, we kind of talked about this already, but like just getting repeat customers has been super cool. Mm-hmm. And then there's people that like are recognizing our work now. I think we were kind of in a little bit of a silo for a long time because we weren't doing anything in person. It was either streaming or YouTube or nothing. Just kind of like working on like commissioned projects and stuff. Mm-hmm. And as much as like we love doing commissioned work, like that doesn't really get your name out there. And we're super bad at social media. So
I mean,
we're getting better.
It's not that we're bad. It's just that we didn't do it.
Yeah.
I think
I guess that's what I mean by bad at social media. We get too caught up in like actually making stuff, and I'm like, I can't just be bothered to pull out like a camera and record this because I just want to make it. Yeah. But we're trying to be a little bit better about that. But doing the in-person stuff is like a game changer because people are actually seeing what we're doing, and then they're like recognizing us. Mm-hmm. And that's even like led to commissions and stuff too. It's pretty cool. So I love it.
Yeah, it's definitely been a lot of fun.
I love it so much. What else? What else do we want to talk about?
Maybe we can just skip over that.
But it's just been crazy. It's just been such a difference.
Yeah. So basically what we're going to try to do is pick up a few more shows this year. We kind of have a better idea of which types we're looking for. Some of the ones that we participated in before kind of have like a mixture of things that are being resold or things that are crafts and stuff like that are just priced a little too low for like kind of our market.
I think when we did like kind of a huge combination of shows, like way more than we thought we were going to do this year, but because we're new to it, we weren't sure which shows were going to be good for us and which wouldn't be. And a lot of them, they were like reselling stuff, so they weren't even like making anything. They were like Scentsy, Tupperware. What are other examples?
Just like MLM things.
Yeah, like they're just not handmade items. So some of them were. It's hard to compete when you're competing against like mass-produced products and it's not really handmade items. And then some of the shows were more like craft shows versus like art. So that's kind of like I guess like the audience, like the customers they're expecting one thing, so it didn't really mesh with what we were doing, I guess.
Target market.
Yeah, so there were some that were a lot more artsy. Like the girl that had introduced us to the other show that we were doing was like, oh, you guys are like more art people. Like you need to be doing more of the art shows. And we've just had like some feedback just from people that were like, oh, like you should join like this art society, and there's these different art shows that you should be doing. So we're going to try to do more artist based shows this year. The problem is that they're very expensive and they're judged. So
we're not sure if we can, but we're going to try.
They're hard to get into, and a lot of them want you to only be doing one thing, like only paintings or only photography. And we do so many different things, like we'd have to pick and choose like what we bring. So I don't know. We're still trying to figure that part out.
Yeah.
But we know what we don't want to do.
Yeah.
There's some shows where like, yeah, we're definitely not doing this one again.
Yeah, there's a few of those. But like I said before, it's all a good learning experience for someone that hasn't ever done these. So
yeah.
You learn a lot of things at each one.
Yeah, we've learned a lot of things. So if there's anything that you're interested to learn more about, let us know, because we'd love to make some content about it. And we'll get to this later, but we even added a section in the Discord about the artisan markets. So it's something we're super excited about and really into. So if there's anything that you would like to learn about, or if there's like, if you're experienced and you want to teach people, share your tips and tricks and stuff, we'd love that. So yeah.
Let's see. Next up, if you have any questions or you want to share your thoughts on a topic, we have a channel point redemption. Can't talk. We have a channel point redemption on Twitch that costs 15 koi coins. These are earned just by spending time in the channel, just watching. It doesn't cost anything. And this will allow you to have your message highlighted in chat, which we may respond to or address during the live stream.
Oh, look at that. We already have a koi coin redemption. Lothar says, would you say it's been a good move for you? I won't speak for Brandon, but for me, definitely yes.
I will take a moment and reflect. Yes, I also agree.
I am so happy that we made this change. I'm like super psyched about it.
Overall, it just feels a lot more like fulfilling to actually be making like things that we want to be making.
Yeah.
Not that we don't like the design stuff and doing like commissions for people, but it's just like another avenue that you don't really get to explore. It's like stuff that's coming from within.
Yeah. And it's just the stuff that we're making is stuff that, even though it's just like sometimes like aesthetic kind of things, it's more in line with things that we care about, like nature, conservation, those types of things. So it just feels so much better.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it so much.
Me too. Me too.
All right. So topic 2, we're going to talk about our goals for the new year for the Teal Fish Studio. So yeah, we have a problem with hyper focusing on, this might be like an ADHD thing, but like
I don't know.
We get in these like tunnel vision modes where we're like, okay, we're going to do this, and that's all we do.
And then before you know it, a week or a month has passed and it's like, what?
Yeah. So that's kind of what happened this last year. Like, we started doing these markets, and that's literally all we did the whole year, pretty much. So we're trying to figure out how to balance everything for the upcoming year, because we've gotten a lot of experience in a lot of different areas over the last few years. So now that we know what we really like and things maybe that we don't like as much, we can kind of pick and choose what we're more high priority on, and some things are a little bit lower in the priority list, but we can kind of figure out like a better balance instead of just doing one thing hardcore for a year.
Yeah.
So let's see here. Yeah, so like we were doing the artisan markets, which we talked about. The other thing that we did was building our online store. That took so long because we wanted to have it very customized to what we do, and then just all of the stupid things that we don't want to have to worry about. You have to like incorporate tax, and you have to have all the zip codes, and you have to do shipping, and oh my god, it is a freaking nightmare. So many spreadsheets, so many spreadsheets, and bookkeeping, and oh my god,
keeping track of inventory.
It was just a lot. It was a lot of work. But I feel like we're finally on the other side of it, and we kind of have a good system going. So that's nice. I think it was worth diving in to doing it to the level that we did. Like, even though it's like, I don't know how to explain this. Like, on one hand, it kind of sucks that we stopped doing anything else, but I don't think we would be as far as we are if we didn't. Like, we had to just put so much time and energy into everything to get it to work.
Yeah, I agree.
It's insane. Hey, Chad, what's up?
Hello.
Happy New Year. So yeah. So I think what we want to do this year is we want to continue doing the markets. We want to continue building our online store. We were even talking about like what cool things we can do, like maybe do like a loyalty program and stuff like that. So we want to continue building that. We want to get back to doing our YouTube videos finally, because we took like an 8-month hiatus from our YouTube
something
stuff.
Like that. Who's counting, right?
So we'll get back to doing that. We're trying to be more consistent. We're going to get back to streaming, hopefully, because I feel like, I don't know, every time I say that, I'm just like, I want to make sure that we actually do it, because I feel like we were like laughing because I was looking through some of our old videos and our old content, and like there's so many. We're like the relaunch of Tealfish Studio, the relaunch of the Discord. There's been so many versions of that. It's like embarrassing.
It's like every other video.
I was like, I think we have a problem, Brandon. We have a problem. But I think now we actually know what we want to do. But I've also said those words specifically like probably 40 times. But I think now
minimum
we actually do. Now that we've done that, like when we started doing these markets, it totally changed the direction of Tealfish Studio as a whole. I think it really like changed everything. So now when we do the content that we're going to do for the videos and for the streaming and stuff like that, a lot of it will be focused around what we're creating for the markets and
or for our online shop.
For the online shop. So it has like a little bit more cohesiveness, I guess you could say. But yeah, I don't know what else to say. You say stuff. I feel like I ramble and I don't actually say anything. You know, when people say a lot of stuff, but they're not actually saying anything.
I don't know what you just said.
Exactly. Exactly.
Huh? Can you repeat? I think I missed. Some of the stuff we kind of went over already. Let's see. Yeah, overall, I think we found just what we're passionate about. It's just the combination of like art and design and nature and just kind of bundling it all into one package and kind of running with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we were too focused on like what we're supposed to be doing. Like we should be niching down or we should be picking one thing. And like neither one of us can do that. We have an issue. We can't do it. So now that we've done the markets, we'll still do commissions. Like we'll still do like design commissions as they come, but that's not going to be the focus anymore. I'd much rather do like like, I love doing the branding stuff and whatever, but like I'd much rather be doing commissions that are like art commissions. So like if people, we're going to start putting more of this on the website, but like if people like some of the shadow boxes, oops, I'm bumping the mic. But like if people like some of the shadow boxes that I'm making, they can request a custom version of it. Or your felted wool stuff, they can request a custom version of that.
I don't know about that.
Maybe.
Maybe that's
I'm speaking for you. Or like I've been making, I started making like jewelry, like the beach glass jewelry. So like if people want like a custom thing of that. So like we can do custom pieces for that, or like we'll still do like the design commissions, like branding, websites, and all of that shenanigans. Like that's all still available, but it's not necessarily our primary focus anymore. And we realized like we were just floundering for so long about what to do with Tealfish Studio and what should we be streaming and what kind of videos should we be making, and like we should be only doing art stuff. And then we're like, why the hell are we only doing art stuff? Because we both love music. So like we should just get back to doing music because we like it and it's still creative.
A lot of unfinished projects too.
Yeah.
That are like years old.
Yeah. And also gaming. Like when we started, we were gaming all the time. And I'm like, okay, why aren't we doing this anymore? Like we have to stop worrying about what we're supposed to be doing. And we just need to be ourselves. So you can expect us to now, yes, we will still be doing the creative corner streams, but they're going to be more focused on like, okay, now we're going to make the products that we need for our shows that are coming up and whatever. We're going to start doing music streams again. When we start doing our music streams next week, we're going to be doing like collab-y ones because we also need more music.
Yes.
Because we're sick of hearing the same damn songs over and over again.
Yeah.
So we're going to create some new collab-y music.
Yeah, for anyone that's not familiar, all the music that we have playing in the background of our videos and when we live stream our creative corners, it's all made by us. So.
Yeah, it's all original. But it's like super repetitive at this point. So we're like, okay, we need to like finish more songs and finish the stuff that's like in progress. We're going to bring back gaming. So...
That's you.
Sorry. We're going to do some gaming streams.
Yeah, so the first game that we're going to play is...
It Takes Two!
So it's a couch co-op game, so that's going to be super fun.
Yeah,
and
I'm very excited.
It just looks like a really fun time. People have like really good things to say about it, and I am super excited to try it.
Me too. I can't wait. I cannot wait. I'm so happy. So we're going to do that, and then what else? I don't know. We're just gonna kind of lean into being our weird, quirky selves and just do what we enjoy doing. And whatever.
Just go with whatever.
Just go with whatever. So yeah, I'm very excited for what we have coming. And then we're gonna get into what we have planned for the Discord as well. But I think that's kind of it. The other thing I would really like to do, and I don't know if it's going to happen, but I really, really want to try. My goal for 2024, which of course never happens because life just keeps kicking me. I wanted to create a stinking album, and
stinking one?
I never, like, I have so many damn songs, and I've never created an album. So maybe this year I'll finally release something. And I think one of the things that's been holding me back is that I want things to be like perfect. And I'm like, I think the beauty of my songs is that they're not perfect. Like I like the acoustic versions of my songs sometimes a lot better than the produced versions. So I think I might just do an acoustic album and just say the hell with it.
I just do what you want to do.
So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But I would really like to try to put something together for that. So we'll see. But those are some of the goals.
Yes. Hopefully this time next year we'll have a reflection back and actually be like, oh,
we actually
did it.
Because I feel like every time we do one of these, like beginning of the year, we're like, these are our plans. And then we stop streaming, we stop doing videos.
You don't even hear from us for like half the
we
year.
disappear.
I don't know.
And then we're like,
it's just, sometimes it's just like, where does the time go? That's just, I don't know. I just don't know.
I don't know either. I don't know either. I have good feelings about this year, though.
Yeah, me too. I think just our overall plan and how things are laid out just makes a lot more sense.
Sometimes, like, you have to go through all these, like, setbacks and craziness to figure out, like, what you're really meant to be doing. Mm-hmm. I think another big part of, like, why we finally figured out what the hell to do was because I got laid off. Like, after the layoff, like, I had a lot of time to... Initially, I was like, oh, I'm going to go hardcore with, like, the design commissions and doing web design for people. And I got a commission, like, right off the bat. And I was like, yes, it's working. We're doing it. And then, I don't think we mentioned this, but we had joined, like, the Chamber of Commerce in our area. And we're like, oh, like, this will help, like, get our name out there. And we can start doing more of these commissions and whatever. And then we went and did, like one of their little meet and greet things. And that's how we got the first artisan market. And then it just kind of took off from there. And then we realized the Chamber of Commerce is just not right for us because, like, even though it introduced us to the first market, everything else they did was just not aligned with what we do.
Yeah.
Like, at all. So I think we're better off, like, if we do, like...
I think we're better off if we
like
just
art society.
Just network with the people that we're with. I mean, when we do the art shows, I mean, that I feel like is the best.
Yeah, and then, like, some of the events that we go to, like that the people that are, like, hosting the events, like, they've reached back out to us and they're like, hey, like, we're doing this other show. We'd love to have you come. And like the one that we might have one in February coming up. Like, those people are super nice, and they were like, you know, we don't invite people to just, like, anybody to come to be in our shows. Like, we look for, like, artists, and we don't look for, like, these MLM things and whatever. And it just, like, made me feel really good. And I'm like, they're like, you know, we don't just pick anybody.
Yeah.
So I was like,
good.
oh, that's cool.
It is really cool.
It's just, like, I think we're both very insecure, and we got, like, that imposter syndrome a little bit. So,
yeah,
like,
just a little.
So, like, when you get that kind of feedback and we're like, wow, we actually don't suck.
We can actually do art.
We can actually do art. It's so cool.
I didn't even know.
It's just, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
That feeling is just, that's never going to get old.
Yeah.
It's pretty great.
It is pretty great. So, I think it's time to move on to the beanies.
The beanies.
So there's one right here.
Hello. He almost stabbed me in the eye.
I was not.
It feels like you're
here.
so close to my eye.
And then there's one right here. So we got some new beanies that we have made. So they're embroidered. Oh, I can't tell where it is. They're embroidered.
Yes.
So Rosemary has the
stealth teal fish beanie.
Yeah. And then I have the Cthulhu
kitty.
Cthulhu kitty.
I love Cthulhu.
So she's got the black on black, and then I have a dark gray. So
these are now available on our website.
Yeah, at tealfishstudio.store.
Yes.
So if you're looking for some winter gear, we got some stuff for you.
Yes. We're gonna try to do some more embroidered stuff, but getting the design correct for the embroidery is a little challenging, which we didn't realize at the time. But.
Yeah, so we have these designs like I guess they're just printed on like some of the t-shirts and the hoodies and stuff. But then when you want to do embroidery, there's very specific things that the design needs to kind of fall into, like a very specific specifications that you need for it. And it took a long time to get it right.
Yeah. So it's like when it translates to embroidery, like it's a whole different ballgame.
So it's not exactly the same design as the one on the shirts, but it's got the same essence.
The same essence.
Yeah. I'm very happy with it.
Yes.
So I think it worked out great.
Mm-hmm. We just need to make a couple more designs, but we got to figure out like what would work best for the embroidery stuff. But yeah, I was so psyched to get this. Like the black on black, I just think it looks so nice. And it's like you can rep the brand without being obnoxious about it.
Yeah.
So it's like, I love it.
It's
I
very
love it
subtle.
so much.
It's a very subtle.
Very subtle, but I love it.
Okay. Let's see. So, the next topic we have is that we're going to be dusting off the old Discord.
Oh God, the Discord again.
I feel like this is something that we've been down before as well, this topic.
We just keep killing this Discord. This poor Discord is like, stop.
So, hopefully this is its final
form.
Yeah, it's its final form. I mean, I think it is. And maybe it'll just evolve from here.
I hope so.
So another goal for this year is restarting our Discord server. We wanted to focus on creating a community of creatives, art lovers, nature enthusiasts. Something new that we're going to be doing is that every month on the Discord we'll be featuring a different prompt. This will help inspire people to kind of get out those ideas that you have in your head and create something brand new. In the Discord, we'll have a place for you to share your results, and you can pick kind of whatever medium that you want, whether it's painting, drawing, digital art, crafts, music, etc. Whatever your heart desires. The Discord will be a place where you can share in-progress works with other creative people, to receive feedback on projects or ask questions about creative processes, or if you just want to hop in and discuss nature or gaming, there's spots for that too.
Yeah, I'm very excited about the changes. I think like when we initially started the Discord, it was more like, I don't know, like a hub for the Twitch streams. And then that kind of just devolved.
I think it's because we stopped streaming.
And then we killed the Discord, and then we tried to do forums.
Forums didn't really take off.
And the forums just didn't.
I think we also had it configured wrong, so that probably didn't help.
Yeah, I think people were trying to post in them, and we didn't have the right permissions or something. So it just kind of like died. And then we were trying to figure out like, what the heck do we do with the Discord? Like, do we want it to be for our stream stuff? Do we want it to be for like artists? Do we want it to be for like music stuff? Like, what do we want to do? But like, I think now we have like a better idea. So it's kind of just a creative hub for everything. And like, whether you just enjoy art or if you're a creator yourself, and there's like little different sections and stuff. So we tried to do the creative club before, but I think we only did like 2 sessions, and then we just kind of fell off. So we're going to try to make that happen again, hopefully. So I'm excited about that. We already have our first prompt in there. That's going to be First Spark. So Brandon, do you want to?
Yeah, so we think it's the perfect prompt to start off the new year. It gets you to explore different motivations and inspirations that lead to new creations. Whether that's more of a literal or abstract way, that's for you to decide. We're excited to see what you come up with. So yeah, be sure to head out to our Discord and share your creations.
So the Discord specifically for the prompts is also in a forum format just for the prompt section. So if something's not working correctly, please let us know.
Yeah.
We have like the creative club like lounge area, so you can kind of that's just a normal chat, and then there'll be a voice chat section as well. So if something's not working with the prompts, we decided to do it in a forum format for the prompts, so that if you wanted to go back to like an old one, you could. So like if you wanted to go and put something in like, I don't know, if it's April and you wanted to do the January prompt, you could go back and do that.
They're always open. So yeah, I mean, even if you want to go back and redo the same prompt again, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. So like the idea is like to just kind of do something every month that's something creative. And then we want to do some like co-working sessions in there and like draw with me sessions and stuff. So we're hoping that we can start building like a fun creative community with that.
Mm-hmm.
And then another new area, I don't know why we didn't have this before, but this is something that like we're super passionate about, and doing the markets especially has kind of really brought that to the forefront. And we're doing a nature lovers corner. So that is a new section. So like we'll be sharing like some tips and advice, like some things that we've been trying to do is like have like a more eco-friendly lawn. We want to have like a garden that's good for pollinators and for wildlife and stuff like that. So we'll be sharing some like tips on that, and like conservation, sustainability, and all of that fun stuff.
Yep.
So I don't know if there's stuff you want to add, because you've done a lot of research on that kind of stuff.
I mean, there's a lot to dive into about that, but
that could be its own podcast.
That could probably be its own podcast. But overall, I think just as a business as well, we want to try to become more sustainable. We haven't quite implemented it yet, but we want to try to figure out a way that if you're buying on our store, you have an option to select that if you want like reused packaging. So that could be that we're just reusing a box that comes from, like Amazon or Walmart, or even sometimes like the things that are wrapped up in it, like the bubble wrap, we could reuse that. So that way things are getting a second life without having to make something brand new every time. So we think the reuse part of the sustainability stuff is very important.
Yeah, like some upcycling and things like that. Like a lot of the stuff we're making, like the beach glass specifically, is like, trash basically that is from years ago, and we're like using it in different ways and trying to make something beautiful out of it. I don't know if I should reveal this or not.
Oh, I don't know what it is.
The reusable bag thing for the shows. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Oh, well, no, I think we got to figure that out still.
Okay.
But we have some ideas kicking around for incentives for people.
Yeah, like we want to just do some things that encourage people to be a little bit more nature conscious and stuff like that. So, yeah. What's the other thing? Oh, like the artisan markets. We've talked so much about that, but we're going to have that section in the Discord about that, so we can kind of share what we've learned, and we'd like to learn from other people that have been doing it. Some people that we've met are super seasoned, like they've been doing it for 20 plus years, and they have a lot of like good advice, and they're very encouraging, and they're like, not all shows are like this. If there's like a slow show, or they'll give us like recommendations for setups and stuff. So we want to pass on what we're learning to other people that are trying to do the same things. And
yeah, that's one of the nice things that we've kind of discovered, is that people are just really helpful and welcoming to like new people that are like attending these shows. Like, it's not like they're very like, you can't be here. I'm not going to share anything with you. Like, everything's like a trade secret or anything. Like, everyone's very friendly, and it's very, very nice.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
I like it. It's like a little community. It's very fun.
Yeah.
And it's like cool because like you see some of the same people at some of the shows that you attend and things like that, and you start to get to know people, and it's just really nice. But yeah, that's what we've been up to.
Yeah. Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Just a lot. Mostly the artisan markets.
I mean, that's basically it. But it takes a lot of time to make the stuff for them, so that's kind of why it took up the whole year.
But I think at this point we've built up a pretty good inventory of a lot of things. Like you can see behind me, like there's like a bunch of the beach glass jewelry. You got to go the other way so you. No, go the other way so they can see your guys. I don't think they can see. You got to turn your chair.
I can't.
See, if you're watching, you can see.
Oh, wait, hang on.
There's some of the felted wool stuff that Brandon's been doing. We have our stickers down there, some of our cards that we've made, all the beach glass like paintings and stuff. We've kind of like created like a little. This was originally going to just be like a packing area, and then it just evolved into now it's storing all of our stuff.
And also now
our new
another
podcast setup.
studio.
Yeah.
Another part of the studio. So this is where we're going to be doing like our creative corner stuff too. We do have future plans as well as trying to create this more of our gaming streaming area too. So for the initial part, we're probably just going to do kind of co-op games. That way we can be on the same screen. But ultimately, we want to be able to do games where we're like not being able to do co-op. So like things that we'd have to like play separately on different computers. But we also want to do that together. So that's something we're going to try to figure out.
That's how we used to have it set up. Like we used to play co-op games in the same room when we first started. But then we had to change that because when we started working remote during COVID, we had to have separate spaces. And then, yeah, now it's kind of come full circle.
Yeah, but this time it's going to be on the same channel.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Trying to get everything together.
More cohesive.
The theme of the year is cohesion.
Cohesion.
I guess.
But, yeah. I don't know what else to talk about. I think that's kind of all of our little updates.
I think that covers what we had on the list of things to talk about.
Chad said, sorry about missing the first half of the stream. Do you cover nature photography already? I don't think we specifically talked about it. We talked about, Brandon was talking about his eclipse photo and how somebody asked him to sign it. I was like, that's so cool. But like, I guess we should probably talk about what we actually make for anybody that doesn't know what we actually make at all these markets.
Well, I hope they have time.
We didn't specifically talk about the nature photography, but part of bringing the YouTube videos back is that we do want to start going and doing our flora fauna trips again. So like, for the artisan markets, we sell so much stuff. So everything we sell is handmade, and except for like the merch stuff, like it's our designs, but we're not sitting here sewing these hats, obviously.
Yeah, that's a little beyond our expertise.
So we have like a manufacturer for that stuff, but everything else is handmade. So I started making beach glass jewelry. So I have necklaces and earrings that I'm making. I'm doing beach glass art. So that's like little mini canvases that have like a painting, and then there's beach glass incorporated, and then there's a little easel that they sit on. I have also started doing beach glass shadow boxes. Some of them are like larger ones that people commission, and then some are just like smaller ones that are just like little designs. And then I also have been making beach glass ornaments. What other beach glass stuff am I doing? I think that's all the beach glass stuff.
Yeah.
Then I started doing macrame. So I started doing, I was doing jewelry, but I didn't really care for it that much. So I started doing purse charms and bookmarks. And then
Bookmarks.
Oh my god, purse charms and keychains.
I was like, I don't think.
And then I'm also doing bookmarks, which are watercolor, like hand painted watercolor bookmarks that are laminated. And then I'm also doing hand foiled bookmarks. And then sometimes the macrame jellyfish. And then sometimes the macrame wall art. But those are kind of like few and far between. And then Brandon is primarily doing like the photography stuff and matting. We're starting to sell matted stuff.
Yeah, at the end of kind of the run of the shows, like the last few shows, I wanted to try to kind of up the presentation of the photography. So I got everything matted. That took a while to do. I had some trial and error with some of them, but I think it does make a big difference. Yeah, so we'll see how that goes. And what else do I do? Oh, I do the needle felting.
The thing that takes up like all
the
of your
thing
time.
that literally takes the longest time in the world. But it's fun. I like it. It's very relaxing once you get into the zone. So I think that's why I like it so much. It's just kind of a fun thing to zone out and just chill and make.
Yeah, like he does like these like little either like plants or animals, and they're like in little little terracotta pots.
Yeah.
They're really cute. But they are very time consuming.
Yeah. I think the more I do them, hopefully I'll get faster at it or something like that.
I think that's oh, the stickers.
Oh, we have stickers too.
Stickers and also greeting cards. So we have like illustrated ones and then some beach glass ones as well.
Mm-hmm.
Is that everything?
And then we just have like mugs and shirts and hats and
Tumblers.
And hoodies and other things.
Joggers.
Tote
bags.
That we have our designs printed on.
Yes.
Or embroidered.
Yeah. So a whole bunch of crap. And we're probably going to start making more things. We want to try to do... We want to do like holiday kind of themed things, but like also not. So like we'd like things that like can be used for a holiday, but can also just be an all year round kind of thing.
Yeah, we kind of learned the hard way that if you make something very, very seasonal focused, it's very hard to sell the rest of the year.
Yeah.
And then if you don't sell it during that season, you gotta hang on to it until it comes back around.
Yes.
So that means holding on to it for another year.
Yeah.
Or another year after that. And probably more after that.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's all the stuff that we make for the market so far. The prints, we also have like art prints and photography, or art, I already said photography, illustration prints and some art prints. We want to do more art prints, but we have to find like a good way to take like a good quality photo of the paintings.
Yeah, the canvases that we have.
And then we can sell prints of those. And then eventually we would like to actually take our originals with us as well and sell those. And then for the YouTube channel, some of it's going to be like stream highlights from the streamings that we do. Some of it's going to be like the flora fauna videos, so we'll get back into doing those, like the photography, nature photography stuff. Some of it's going to be like art topics and themes and stuff. Some of it'll be gaming highlights.
Mm-hmm.
It's just going to kind of be, I think we got too worried about like having like a specific topic, and I don't think we're going to do that anymore. I think we're just going to kind of do what we want to do, and as long as we're putting something out there, that's what matters.
Yeah.
What are you laughing about?
Because I think we didn't put anything out there. We just stopped.
Yeah.
So anything is better than nothing, as they say.
We've made a commitment, because like, also like, I don't want to get too personal about like the other stuff that's been going on, but sometimes it's just been really difficult for us to do things because like there's just been life circumstances that have made making anything or being on camera difficult. So we kind of made a commitment that like we don't want to lose momentum this time around. So if we're not feeling it, we'll just still come on and stream, and we're just going to do a game or something that's like
very low pressure.
Yeah, like not taxing on my mental health.
The other thing too we forgot to mention is sometimes we might play some board games too. So
yeah, we got a bunch of really cool
I gave her some board games for the holidays. So.
They're all like nature themed and stuff, which totally goes with what we do. So I'm very excited.
It could be another thing.
Yeah, we played a couple of them already, and they're super fun. Mm-hmm. And they're very beautiful. Beautifully made. Yeah. So, yeah.
Fun things ahead.
Many things. As long as we're doing stuff. I think you just sometimes get in a little bit of a rut, you know? Mm-hmm. And it's hard to like get back on the proverbial wheel. Well, so we're just going to keep running.
We're back.
We're back, baby.
We're back.
For now. I feel hesitant to make that promise.
I know, because we've been here before.
We're very flaky.
Yes.
At least we admit it.
Oh, we know.
We're very flaky.
We know.
We're flaky people, but that's okay. We're trying.
Yeah.
At least we're trying.
That's all we can do.
Oh gosh. Okay. What else?
Well,
did we cover everything?
I think that's about it.
Okay.
So, All right. So before we head out, we just want to mention that we are now on Blue Sky, so you can follow us over there at tealfishstudio.bsky.social, and be sure to give us a follow if you're over there as well. If you're watching this on YouTube, you can always listen to the podcast on Amazon Music, Apple Podcast, Audible, Spotify, and YouTube Music. And if you're listening, you can always watch the video version on youtube.com/tealfishstudio or catch us live on Twitch at tealfish at, at twitch.tv/tealfishstudio. We also have an archive of all the episodes at tealfishstudio.com, so you can head over there and catch any ones that you've missed.
Yes, and until next time, may your artistry always be unbound.